Welcome back. I had to restart this vlog 2 other times because I didn't know how to really start off this vlog, and I would always say the basic cliche things like, "Hey guys, I'm back," or "Been a while." Stupid things like that. It was mainly just those two things because I only restarted twice. I'll have to consider how I want to really start. I could just directly say, actually. Yeah, I actually that would be pretty cool if I just directly say it without any intro. I always criticize YouTubers for having an intro and wasting my time. And now I'm that YouTuber who wastes your time. No, no, no. The cycle will not repeat. I will not waste your time. Speaking of wasting time, I was talking with my friend today, and he was saying how being late is a rule breaker. Now, you probably don't know how I'm like based off of, well, you know my general behaviors, but based off of my other vlogs, but a massive behavior that I have, issue if you want to call it that, is being late. I'm late to almost everything. Almost everything. Mass, I'm usually, so church, mass, I'm usually not late to, though sometimes I am. No, I'm usually not late to. My family is, but that's not on me. I'm usually early. Yeah, I remember one time when I was late for mass. Yeah, I'm late more often than I'd like to be, but I'm not often late. I don't know if that's entirely true. Obviously, I'm biased because I don't want to say, what's it, the social desirability bias, where you don't want to say things that make you look bad. Yeah, okay, that's something that I have to work on. But just in general, being late, I'm late very often to a lot of different things, but I actually don't consider that a problem. Obviously, depending on what it is. Now, at this point, since I'm late to so many things, it's become a habit. So when I do want to be early to something, it's difficult. It is very difficult. I will admit that. But the benefit of being late outweighs the benefit of usually being late or on time or just on time is usually outweighs the benefit significantly to being early. Now, man, everything. Even going to, so I rely on the transit, the public transit, the bus to go to campus. And I'm almost always late. I have to run to the stop. I have to rush to the stop. But it ends up working out. Sometimes I miss the bus. I think there's been 2 times where I've missed the bus. But for the most part, it's like, whatever. I don't, I'll just catch the next one. That's okay. It's not incredibly important, imperative that I make it to the bus. But I would like to make it on time to the bus. What else is there? I I don't like being early to things. And so my friend Will was saying he always is at least 15 minutes. He tries to be 15 minutes early to everything. But I I don't think you should. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. There's people, and okay, and then the other thing is he's going to do that. Fair enough. Do that if you wish. And then he's going to say, if you're late, that's if you're late, that's disrespectful. And if you're habitually late, I will, we will become, you will not no longer be my friend. Now, being a biased source, I don't like that. Not okay, not because it challenges who I am, saying that being late is bad, that I am bad. I acknowledge that there's times where I should be on time and I'm not. Fair enough, but saying that I should be on time all the time is ridiculous. He's not saying that, but I'm still there was a YouTuber that he mentioned that made that point. Being you should be on time. You should be early for every single occasion. No, man. No. No, that's ridiculous. Especially he pointed out okay, movies is the one on my mind because we went to a movie and me and Will. Okay, it was not a date, but we showed up right on time. I mean, we drove in right on time. But turns out the parking garage was closed. Some unforeseen circumstance. And then we had to park far away. And then we had to walk over to the movies. So then we were late. But then the movies actually hadn't start. The movie hadn't even started. So we were actually still waiting. And then it was quite a while before, I would say 10 minutes. There was a mini raffle where I won the raffle, and then I asked the guy afterwards, and then I got a t-shirt because I asked the guy, persuaded the guy to give me a t-shirt. A little bit irrelevant. I'm actually wearing the t-shirt right now. Ooh. You can't I'm not gonna take off my sweater just to show the t-shirt. There's no point. Anyways, so we were technically late by his standards, but by my standards, we were early. And I hate I remember mentioning to him in the movies. I was like, "Damn, we could have killed even more time. We showed up early, even though we were like 15, what's it, 12 minutes late. We really didn't have to show up this early." Is what I was saying to him. Anyways, what was I saying? So his argument is it's a lack of respect to a person if you do this. It's lack of respect to humans if you do this. I would say, yeah, I would say that's true because if I respect someone highly, like let's say I have Michael Saylor on the podcast, I'm gonna be early. I better be early. He's not going to be he's I'm going to in no way show that I am disrespectful towards him. And showing up early would be a sign of respect. Well, at least it seems like bare minimum as the host of the podcast to show up early and make sure everything's working well beforehand. Okay. But showing up early to every single meetup that you're meeting up with a friend, I think that's unnecessary. That's too formal. And all of my friends, I actually don't expect them to show up early. I in I already have it assumed that they will show up late, and with that in mind, I will keep myself entertained. So I find that I'm actually very good at entertaining myself, at finding things to do when there's usually downtime. Now, most of the time I end up just thinking and not doing anything, but still thinking is good. I mean, you need downtime to think, to be away from technology and just let yourself spew random thoughts without without constant interactions. That's healthy. So with that, right, man, I'm losing my train of thought. He's just imposing that need to be early on everyone else rather than just accepting that people are going to be late. That's okay. It's not a sign. It's not a sign. Yes, it technically is a sign of disrespect, but it's not an intentional sign of disrespect. I mean, I'd have to really think of an analogy for it. I don't think there really is much. Ah, no, there is. There definitely is. I'm thinking if you drive recklessly with your friends in the car, that's a sign of disrespect. You're disregarding their safety. But it's fun. It's practical. I mean, okay, maybe no, it is practical in terms of getting to point B faster. It's enjoyable. That's the main benefit. But yeah, sure. You risk safety. There's always going to be, no matter what you choose, there's always an opportunity cost. There's always a trade off. I think that would be the closest analogy that I can get to. I'll think of more when I meet up with him next. But that's the one that's most relevant. I would say he doesn't drive, he drives recklessly. And he knows that. But he doesn't care. And I don't care either. I think it's fun. But it's disrespectful. It technically is disrespectful. I mean, if you weren't in the car with Michael Saylor, are you going to drive recklessly? No. No, don't be an idiot. Don't drive recklessly with Michael Saylor in the car. I don't know why I keep on saying Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor is a big role model for some reason. I'm not too sure why. He just seems he seems like a chill guy. Seems like a chill dude. If Michael Saylor is watching this, no, I want you on the podcast. Let me know. Hit me up. Hit me up on Instagram, on Spotify, on SoundCloud, on Discord, any of the aforementioned, even on WhatsApp. You know what? That's fine too. There's a lot of things you wouldn't do in the presence of a formal person, a high figure, person that you respect highly, but that you would do in the presence of friends. And it's not, yeah, okay, I'm thinking of more like burping in front of your friends. You wouldn't do that in front of a person who's highly regarded, who you respect quite a bit. Sure, it's technically a lack of respect, but it's not, I wouldn't even consider it a lack of respect. All of these to me are equivalent in terms of respectfulness. And you just can't put it upon people to act a way that you act because you do it this way so everyone else has to follow what you do. No, people actually think that people people have different values. People value things at a different level. And I would say time is very valuable, but if you're late, that's okay. Especially if my friends are late. I rather be early. I'd rather my friend be late than me be late. But then you should say, well, wouldn't you want to then be early? Well, if that is true, then oh, I would be guaranteed late and my friend would be maybe late. Wait. No. I would be guaranteed late. No, wait. What? I would be guaranteed early. So I would guaranteed be losing this amount of time. While meanwhile, if I aim to get there on time, it's likely that there's no loss of time. I hate losing time. I really do value time, and I value my friends' time as well, and I value my time as well. Probably my time even more. But with that in mind, yes, I'll make it an effort to be on time for the things that I consider very important. And if Will suggests that I should be earlier for meetups, then I'll take that into consideration and I think I might implement that, but for no one else, only for Will. Okay, that's not true. I'll be, yeah, I think that is a wake up call though, to be more on time than I usually am because sometimes there's points where I'm very late. But 5 minutes is fine. 5 minutes is whatever. Who cares? Yeah. Man, there was a bunch more that I wanted to talk about. We'll talk about that later.